friend of mine came to me, Nafi, there's this club auditioning for strippers. And I think you're a very beautiful, sexy girl. Why don't you go for this stripping audition? I said, okay. But now, many people know me in the community for being a charitable young woman. I have so many awards. Nafisa is this. Nafisa is an icon for society development. But now, do I really want to go into stripping? But now, they don't want to give me employment. So now, I went to this club. But something happened. The moment the owner of the club saw me, he said, now you don't look like the girl I want for the stripping role. Just go back. And I was like, no way, that's not happening. I left my house. How many hours, I had a good makeup on, a good dress, and you're telling me to go back home? I'm going nowhere. He said, no, please, just go. Just go. I don't need you here. I'm like, come on, why? So at some point, I was like, don't I look... Because I've seen women who are strippers, and they don't even look so good.
Right.
So why doesn't he want me? Okay, I was just like, okay, maybe because I don't have like surgery enhanced body and all of that. But at the same time, so now the moment I got home that night, I was so mad at myself. I was so angry. And then faith played a role that night. I received a message from a Christian fellowship chat I follow on my WhatsApp. It was saying about a woman in the Bible who was using her body to entertain the audience.
Wow.
The whole family, the whole community had written her off. She had nothing to offer.
Wow.
But God, in turn, used the same woman to bring honor to her community. And then I felt, wait, is this message for me? I showed it to my friend, like, can you read this? And she was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? This message is not for you, so you can't understand it. I read it again. I said, no, I just went to a strip club now. And I was going to dance. I was going to like strip and dance. But he rejected me. But I know I'm pretty, that's at least, But so I just went on my knees. I started praying. I started crying like, hey, God, I think you have something very big for me. And you don't even want me to mess it up.
Yes.
You have something, So it was really a great one. And yeah, I think there are still many women today, just like me and you, who are stripping. It's still the same challenges. And it's not like they don't have morals or they don't have like education or anything. But it's the same corruption, like the same corrupt practices in employment opportunities. So yes, we just need to keep advocating. So right now, the major reason why I'm advocating for women and girls is not even for me anymore. My nieces and my nephews. My children. Like, we are still going to reproduce. If we don't keep talking about it, our children are going to suffer it.
Yes. First of all, I just want to honor you and thank you for your like open heart and your vulnerability to share, because this is something that so many people just sweep under the rug. They don't acknowledge it. And this is so key. So like, here you are, this like extraordinarily beautiful, wise, highly educated, extremely professional and amazing woman. And,
thank you, Alexa.
Even you're in this position of like having contemplated that. And I think actually a lot of women have. A lot. And I don't think as a society acknowledge enough what actually brings a person to get to that point. And of course, there's like the small, percentage that will say, oh, it's my empowerment, whatever. But when you look at the big, and again, this is not like discrediting anyone that chooses that industry. Yeah. I understand,
of course.
And it's not a judgment, but it's an observing of a much larger system that's systemically oppressing women.
Yes.
And especially marginalized women, and racializing and marginalizing these groups and oppressing them. And this is something that's happening globally. And I just want to highlight like the seriousness of trafficking, and that I guarantee you it's happening where you live.
It's happening.
I'm from Toronto, Canada. I know it's happening there. It's very simple. It doesn't take much to just drive down the road. I love spas. I love a good massage. I know the difference between the spa I'm going to enter and the spa I'm going to drive by. Because I guarantee you the spa with the flashing neon lights with the girls' pictures is not an RMT registered massage parlor.
You know?
So, like, it's happening before our eyes. It's happening, of course, in, you know, if you want to call developing countries, but it's also happening right here in London.
Yeah,
it's happening
everywhere.
in Toronto, Canada. It's a huge industry, multi-billion-dollar, who even knows, it might even be in the trillions at this point, dollar industry worldwide. And because of that, there's a lot of economic power. There's a lot of other powers that keep these types of systems running.
Yeah.
And I think what you're doing, the courage to, number one, use your own example as a story. And number two, I think bringing forward this idea and this beautiful message through this group chat of faith,
you know,
sharing, like, you know, because oftentimes we can be tempted by things. And let me just say, for good reason, such as feeding ourselves, clothing ourselves, finding shelter. Like, we're trying to survive here. It's not like I want a Rolex watch. It's like, I just want to feed my family.
I just want to feed my family.
You know? So let's look at our societies and ask, why are people still asking and seeking for ways to feed their family? Like, we live in a world that's wealth of resources.
Corrupt practices, selfishness.
So it brings me back to what you were saying about leadership qualities and compassion. And I think, like, that's what's so beautiful about having this idea of, first of all, that 7%, let's at least bring it up to 50 at the very least. And something tells me once it reaches the 50 mark, a lot of this stuff, it just cannot exist anymore. Number two is, like you said, the compassion, the love, people like yourself using this as a fuel.
Yeah.
You know, to change this world so that our children, and when I say our children, I want to share this also. It doesn't just mean I have children biologically.
Yeah.
Our children, the children of the world, right?
Your children.
Your children.
Your children.
You know, the ones that are, you know, going to be raising up and instilling those values. So that's why it's so powerful what you're bringing, you know? And I have one final question.
Okay.
And we ask everybody this.
Okay.
So it is, if you could be a catalyst of change for one thing in this world right now, what would it be?
Just very simple. Advocating for policies that promote women and girls' empowerment, employment opportunities for youth, and of course, community well-being. We just need leaders who mean well for others. We just want to be empowered. We just want opportunities to be able to cater for ourselves. You know, we just need to own our future. We just need to, you know, create safe space for ourselves. That's just it.
Wow.
We are not asking for too much. Just give a girl a chance.